The member for Petrie.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I have some great news in relation to manufacturing in Australia. The Coalition at the last election clearly outlined our goals for jobs and growth. The government understands that by stimulating the economy and providing businesses with opportunities, they will create jobs. And we've seen some great results as a result of our plan around defence manufacturing, free trade agreement, company tax reductions for small and medium-sized businesses in particular, and innovative manufacturing. Some 400,000 jobs, as you'd know, created in 2018, a lot of those in Queensland and 75% full-time. So knowing that these jobs are being created now, if I told you, Mr Speaker, that we could manufacture any plastic product cheaper in Australia than in low-wage countries like China or India or elsewhere in Asia, would you believe me? You should, because it's true. This involves reshoring jobs from Asia back here to Australia. Back in 2014 in this place, I highlighted a local manufacturing business which was thriving, the Evolve Group. This great homegrown company, managed by Redcliffe local Ty Hermans, has continued to thrive, and Evolve have outgrown their Contar factory in Petrie, moving to a larger site on the south side of Brisbane. I first met Ty years ago and had the pleasure of seeing his business grow, the business involves innovative manufacturing and design business and reshoring jobs from Asia back to Australia. Last week I had the opportunity to tour his Southside factory along with the Minister for Home Affairs. And currently the Evolve Group are manufacturing 25 independent advanced manufacturing lines, including automotive, medical, agriculture and consumer goods, and they export these goods to 127 countries. Despite having an enviable record of achievement in local manufacturing, they're constantly having to convince businesses and that they can provide products cheaper and faster than manufacturers overseas. They went on to tell me that one of their latest customers initially weren't willing to speak because they didn't believe an Australian company could manufacture a plastic product cheaper in Australia than China. However, Evolve was able to manufacture it for 10% cheaper and revise the design to ensure that it is a sturdy Australian-made product. This product was actually a bottle top. If anyone shops at Woolworths and goes and buys water, $8 a slab for a lot of 24 bottles, you'll see those little blue caps on top. They're all being made in China. They're now being made in Brisbane. All of those products have been reshored back to Australia and provided more jobs. They're also starting an innovative pool design company which has been manufactured in the Moreton Bay region in my electorate as well soon. The other good news is that the Australian Bureau of Statistics confirms that 5 of the 16 subsectors in the manufacturing industry have seen substantial growth. And one of these subsectors is the clothing and footwear sector, which has seen a massive 41% growth, employing an additional 11,000 people. The manufacturing industry has had its 14th straight month of growth. Great news. And business confidence in manufacturing is at its highest level since 2003. All proof that the Coalition Government's industry innovation agenda is breaking through and getting results. And we want local businesses to continue to create jobs, reshore products from Asia back to Australia, so there's more jobs for local people in our electorates. To ensure this continued growth, the Coalition Government announced last year that it will invest $100 million to drive innovation in the manufacturing industry through government grants, and we also signed an agreement with Germany to work together to modernise our manufacturing industries. Every single manufacturer has the potential to be forward-thinking like the Evolve Group, and I encourage all Australian manufacturers to examine their business models and look at where they can emulate the practices of successful businesses. Mr Speaker, by keeping on the vanguard of manufacturing innovation, we'll be able to service the new markets and develop new products. We want Australian companies to look for Australian manufacturers first and not just assume Chinese or overseas companies can provide the goods cheaper to local companies. I encourage every Australian company to get a quote from an Australian manufacturer. You might be pleasantly surprised.